Hi, welcome back. I'm John with Salt Creek Living. Our last video we did jerky with the sliced jerky. This time we're going to do it with the ground meat. It's called extrusion. It sounds weird, but we're going to do it with the round. But first we got to get started. So the two type of jerky that you buy is either that's sliced from the muscle, or like we did last time, or they grind everything up like hamburger and then they extrude it through their whatever they use commercially. They have, whatever, but we're going to use, it looks like it's called a jerky cannon. But first we have to start with grinding the meat. We have about 10 pounds here we're going to grind. We're only doing 5 pounds for jerky. I know we're going to get killed in comments. We took off the safety thing years ago. It's just easier for us. We still have it. We're super careful. We use this, not our hands. So we're going to get started. So we have a foot pedal to turn it on and off.
We did a lot of years of grinding without the foot pedal, but once we got the foot pedal,
it's a $50 add-on if you go with the Cabela. It is worth it, 100% worth it, and it's easier to control everything. So we're gonna get started grinding. It'll even grind up big old nasty pieces like this. That's why we like this one. There's two different sizes. This is the smaller grind. It's the smaller grind. We do that so that way when you grind it again, if you do 2 grinds, it's really nice, but you don't necessarily have to. We used to do the bigger than the smaller, but we found that by the time that grind came around, if you're not making sausage, the protein starts to break down and it gets sticky. With sausage, you want that. If you're just doing ground, you don't want that protein to break down. It is fine. We're going to measure off 5 pounds to do the jerky, and then we're just going to freeze the rest.
In bags.
Yeah, in bags or chubs, however we decide to do it. So we'll get started on that. I measured out 5 pounds. I weighed 5 pounds into this tub here. The flavor packet that we have is actually snack sticks. So you're supposed to use 20% pork fat. We didn't have any pork fat, so this is just going to be straight deer jerky, but it's going to be flavored with that packet. And with the grind, I call it the grind jerky. With this style of jerky, instead of the sliced jerky, like you can marinate with that, but with this you don't want to do that because you want to use whatever you're using and be pretty dry. You use this, you do have to dissolve it in water, so it's not completely dry, but you can use any dry flavor. Like if you like smokehouse maple is one of our favorite. You could pour that in with the salt and then run it through the grinder again or mix it up or whatever, and it would be good. But this particular one is you have to dissolve. So it calls for 5 ounces of water. I don't have anything that measures by 5 ounces, so it's just 4 ounces plus a little bit. And I'm just gonna put it in that, move this stuff out of the way. Hold on a sec. I poured the water in, and then this has a seasoning packet and a cure packet, so don't just dump it in the water. This is the curing salt. Now, I have curing salt too, if it didn't come with it, but...
Is it marked that that's what it is? Because I would think it's like an oxygen absorber or something without real...
Yeah, it says 5 pound cure packet. So this whole package is for 5 pounds. If you want to do 2 pounds, you use half, but it's for 5 pounds. It does have a chart on the back for 1 pound, but we always figure if we're going to go through the effort, we're not just going to make 1 pound. So you put the cure packet in there with it, the pink salt, as everyone calls it. And we have a pound of this pink salt that we ordered off of Amazon. Okay, so it says dissolve it. So you dissolve as much as you can. Some of the spices in here aren't going to dissolve. So you just stir it around until there's no more granules. And then you mix it in. It doesn't have, on the instructions, it doesn't say, this package doesn't say that it needs to marinate. But other brands that we've used do. So just make sure you follow the instructions on that. Then you just pour it in there as much as you can. I guess I didn't dissolve completely. That sucks. Someone's going to get a spicy stuff. So I didn't let it dissolve. It's not clear, so it's hard to tell if it's dissolved. But the instructions are you just pour it in there and then mix it in real good, just like you would make meatloaf or whatever. For 5 pounds and under, even 10 pounds, we always do it in 5 pound batches. You're okay to just do this. But if you're doing like 20 pounds of it, you want to get a meat mixer. And they have attachments to go on that. That's a meat mixer. This is mixed up. So that's what it looks like. And this is what all of our jerky has looked like when we've done it this style. It's going to taste the same. It's just different snack stick flavor. It just doesn't have the pork, so it's not going to have the texture.
They're going to be really lean instead of the fat.
Yeah, we're going to have to dry it a little more, otherwise it won't stay together, but it's all an experiment. So if we're going to put it in the dehydrator on this one, since we used the smoker on the last video. So we're going to show you our dehydrator. We'll get that set up. We'll do as much as we can, a batch tonight, and then we'll check it in 5 hours. I think 5 hours, but we'll see. All right, so we got that dehydrator out, made sure it was working. This is the Excalibur
9 tray.
9 tray. I thought it was 11. Excalibur 9 tray we got, I don't know, 15 years ago.
10 years. But it was one less thing to have go wrong.
Yeah.
Because with what you do, bells and whistles.
So this is all, we'll go over this real quick. There's a couple of reasons why we like it. It's all manual. All the parts there's no electronic parts on there. And it has a fan in the back, so it blows across this way, where some of the ones with the round trays, the heat comes from the bottom. I think there's a fan in there too.
The bottom.
In the bottom. We had a round one, and we'd have to rotate the trays all the time. This, you don't have to rotate any trays. It's set it and forget it.
I do typically check it and end up rotating the top and bottom tray just because they're at the far edges. But it's like I rotated it once like that and we're done.
Okay, so we are going to use Jerky Blaster. We have a Cabela's and we have a Limb. This one has actually this has the double attachments on it, but they're the same size. This one only has so instead of having a double, 2 rows at a time, the Limb only has 1. That's pretty much the only difference I've seen. So what we'll do is we'll load them up. One person will be loading the other one while the other one is putting the jerky on the tray, I guess. So when one's empty, the other one's ready to go, and we just rotate that way, and it makes it really fast. Works like a caulking gun. So you got this plunger on the back, push that, and you pull it all the way out. And you just pull it out like you would for a caulking tube. Pro tip, they make bags that go in here, so they make it clean up. Cleanup is a lot easier if you Pam the inside of it. That way the jerky doesn't get stuck in there, or meat mixture, whatever you want to call it. So I just squirt a little bit down there. It has this handy dandy funnel that screws on the top, and you Pam this. So you Pam that, and the meat doesn't stick to that. There's a couple of ways to do it. If you want to be prim and proper, use a spoon. We usually just do this. And then it sucks. This is the worst part of doing jerky this way, loading these up. This is how we did it last time, instead of doing it that way. So we're going to show you how to do one tray, and then, because it takes a long time to load these, but squeeze it. Okay, there we got pressure now. And I just go from one end, just like caulk. So if you're bad at caulking stuff, you're going to be bad at doing this. I just can't keep it straight. So I like the 2 rows at a time because it makes short work out of emptying this tube. So we usually do the flat jerky, but this time we wanted to do it round to see if hold some of the moisture a little better. All right, so we got about 3 1/4 trays out of the 5 pounds. So we took out every other. We knew it wasn't going to take all 9 trays, so we just took every other. We just stacked it every other. So we do that with some of the thicker stuff too. We're going to let it run for 5 hours. It says 200 degrees on the recipe packet until it gets 165. So we'll check it in probably 5 hours to make sure.
165 internal, right?
165 internal, so it's cooked. And then the curing salt will help it last a little more shelf stable, but you'll still have to keep them in the fridge. All right, so we were going to take them off in 5 hours. I fell asleep and forgot to set the alarm. So I woke up about 5 and came down here about 5:30 and shut it off. So a little more than 5 hours, but they're definitely done. So we're going to check. It's been cooling for a couple hours now.
Oh, and dehydrator topped out at
165 is what it topped out at.
But according to the dehydrator little cheat sheet that it has on it, that's the temperature for jerky and that kind of stuff. So we just went with it.
They come off real good. They're done, definitely. It's jerky. It's not snack sticks because we didn't use the fat. It's definitely jerky. But yeah, they're a little thicker than we had before, so they are chewier than dehydrating meat. So you can see how they snap, they break, but they also, in some of the thicker spots that's like jerky, how you want it. So we're going to just put them in a bag and they'll be gone in a day or 2.
And one advantage that we have is if we don't like it, our dogs will do anything for venison.
You just have to be careful when you feed it to your dogs because the curing salt you can't give them a large amount.
Oh, I forgot that one does have it in it.
Yeah. So very small amounts if you're going to feed it to your dogs. That's how we did it. We'll get this packaged up and give it a try. It's super simple. And if you don't have a jerky blaster, how we did it in the past, we just used a rolling pin, made a flat sheet, and put it on the smoker.
And a pizza cutter.
And a pizza cutter. So you can do it that way. Not expensive, but you don't need one. We'll catch you next time.